Keys to success number 75. We're still here. For those of you who have never, this is going to be the first one you ever see. Last week we discussed the potential of discontinuing these because we think we've covered everything in this first 74. Apparently we have not, according to several emails that we have received. So, and other comments. So I'm Dr. Martin Rutherford, certified functional medicine practitioner, chiropractor.
Dr. Randall Gates, board certified chiropractic neurologist, also a chiropractor.
So we are generally going to continue doing our keys to success until we are on 2,775, I guess. But seriously, we are going to continue, and there's a positive feedback. We're gonna continue with number 75, answering for the next several weeks or more, answering specific questions that have been submitted. We asked for questions. So again, for those of you, this may be the first one. Last week we basically discussed discontinuing these. We're not going to. Today we're going to talk about barometric pressure. Can barometric pressure affect my pains and my condition? So as you'll notice, I said I'm a functional medicine practitioner and chiropractor since 1979. And during my chiropractic days in the winters particularly, but when weather was coming in, there was not a week that went by where people would ask me, can barometric pressure be making my problem worse? And my answer was yes. and then people would say, well, why? And then I would say, well, I don't know. And it turns out that actually is still the answer, but we'll talk about it in a little bit more detail. So not that I never looked, okay? It's just that I never found an explanation. Oh, the pressure does this or the pressure does that or anything like that. So I turn you over to our research maven, Dr. Gates, and he can tell you that I was right all those years.
Yes, you were. Some people still don't know why. There are many extrapolations.
But the answer is yes.
Just like you alluded to, is it the change in pressure in the joint because it changes the pressure?
I read that.
With the barometer. We don't really know. Basically, people used to be laughed at actually in the allopathic worlds when they would say, you know, I can predict the weather based on how I'm feeling. But now it's been verified that many of you feel worse, as Dr. Rutherford was saying in his years of clinical practice, with the changes in barometric pressure, but we still really don't know why. So that's the answer. So yes, we don't know why.
Your headaches.
It can affect headaches, can affect fatigue, actually, excuse me, not fatigue, I can't say that, but it can affect pain, arthritis, autoimmune issues seem to be flared by the changes in barometric pressure. And that's what we know. So we tell you what we know and what we don't know. So that's what we know.
So your change in barometric pressure affecting you and your symptoms is not in your head.
It's not in your head. It's not in your head.
You're not being
exactly.
What's the word I'm looking for? You're not being
psychosomatic,
psychosomatic, hypochondriacal. It does affect us. I mean, of course it affects us. I mean, in that sense, but it does affect us on that level. And the research is out. It still hasn't really come up with a definitive reason as to why. So that is number 75. Just to let you know, that was the question. We're answering it, and we will continue to answer several of the questions. And for those of you who are listening and have other questions that you may not have had answered, we'll intersperse those with other keys to success. But it does seem like people have really feel like this helps. So we will keep doing it. We may rehash. Several people said, you know, it's good to remind us of the things we should be doing. We may go back through the first 75 and pick some out and refine them, fine tune them, update them, whatever. Okay, so that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So we will see you next week with keys to success number 76. And whatever we have next week, we'll probably have a reason for it. Okay.
Sounds good. See you then.
All right.